for the gift of being here and making this a great day for all of us. You know, life has had its way with a lot of us, but I found, especially now, the significant truth in the training that you can't control what happens to you, but you can decide how you want to manage it and react and deal with it. And that's really, thank you. That's really about. We'll never be this young or this active again.
And so I'm now, I have been for all these years an electronic engineer.
Oh,
working in various power conversion, audio. Right now I work at JBL, the loudspeaker manufacturer.
Where though?
Where? As in a world? As in a location?
No, location.
Oh, Northridge, California.
Right. Oh, Northridge.
There's Chris Corliss, the famous Chris Corliss.
No, the infamous.
Famous.
Oh my God, no.
I know you. Did I go to school with you and Mike also? Oh my God.
Oh my God. Here she is.
It's Marion, Drago, Plato. Interrupting because that's what I do. Because I am known as
Martian.
Because that's what he named me in elementary school, and I never got to go in the closet with him because he was in the cloakroom with somebody else.
No, I was not. I was never in the cloakroom.
You were never in the cloakroom with somebody else? Yes, you were. See, that's what happens when you go to a Catholic school and the nuns say 69 is so fine, you can't say that.
Now that's true. That's true. That was the best student year motto of any school in that entire history of that school.
It is.
It never got any better than that.
You can't.
69 is so funny.
I think my high school is no worse than anybody else's.
Yeah.
You know, there's things I would have preferred to do and things I preferred not to do.
I was terrible at sports. Terrible. And I was in sports for 3 years, second string, the whole thing. And I finally had to have a fight with my dad. I ended up living with Tim McCarthy in an apartment at 17 years old. He died a month later.
Kids who may not do well in a public school setting got a chance to go to school. I saw a lot of those kids when I was teaching there. So it's a great, there's a lot of positive things about it.
What was your most difficult moment at St. Monica's?
Oh, that's easy. Walking in as a freshman and having Brother Michael take me out of line, take me by the thing, slap me up against the wall, and say, "You're a Van Loo, aren't you?"
Walsh was tough. Walsh says, "I've never had anybody ever get 2 swats from me in the first day." Well, the first day I got 2 swats.
His SWAT paddle was a baseball handle, and then it was flat on the end. And he always hit you at the top of your legs and at the bottom of your rear.
And that happened to you?
Hell yeah.
What was your toughest moment at St. Monica's High School?
Getting my fingers swacked by Brother Michael or Brother John or whoever it was in religion class. That was the ultimate. I can feel it today in my fingertips.
Well, you stuck your fingers in to get swatted with his little stick. Yes, that happened too.
That was sadistic.
Oh, it hurt like hell.
Johnny was failing Spanish, and I was fluent in Spanish, so he came up to me and asked for my help. I said, "Yeah, I'll get you through it, but it's going to cost you." His dad owned the clothing store, the Varsity Shop there, Santa Monica, Campbell's. So Johnny passed Spanish for 3 years, and I was well clothed.
There you go. That a good story?
Johnny Campbell.
How come I was so stupid that I didn't know
You were in
that?
the A group and we were in the D group. Good story. One day we were sitting in, I think it was Mr. Rubio's class. He was a little drunk one day, but he had the window open. Yes. And he was drunk one day. I think he was hungover or whatever. He came in and threw his book on the table, slid out the window. Second story, bingo. the class went crazy. Another story about him. We put his desk, we had those raised desks, and we put his desk like on the very edge. He came in and sat down, the desk flew over, and the class went crazy again. So those are some good old stories for Sam. Am I right, Eddie? Am I right? Remember that?
I was in the D group too, yeah. Yeah. Oh, a story about Manuel Hogan. Remember that one where Manuel, he goes, oh, nothing's going to happen to me. That was in Walsh's class. Remember the baseball coach? He goes, oh, I can keep talking to you, Eddie, and you'll be fine. I said, no, you better turn around. He's looking at you. He's not going to do anything. Well, next thing happened is Manuel kept talking, and Walsh says, you come on down. Remember that? Were you in that one? No, he just got the book. And Manuel Hogan went across the room, man, head first, hit the wall, came down, and just it was crazy.
That was brutality in those days. That was brutality.
Brutality, yeah.
Mr. Walsh introduced himself the very first day, and he was a no-nonsense kind of person. Baseball coach, history book was, 6 inches thick. And while he's giving his instructions, Manuel's talking, right? The seats were terraced, so he called Manuel down. Manuel's hanging on to his ankles as Mr. Walsh is describing the different kind of pitches that you should and shouldn't hit. So he would go back and stop. High inside, no, you got to stop. Finally, the third pitch, he said, this is the pitch you want. Manuel went flying across the room.
Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. And he got away.
The good old days.
They got away with it. But what did it teach us?
Pardon me?
What did it teach you?
It taught me not to swing at a high inside fastball.
You have any stories?
So who is it that you wanted to go out with in high school that you never, you couldn't find the courage to ask?
Probably Sue Pitzer. Okay.
Me too.
Or Chris Ray.
Chris Ray, yes, Chris Ray.
She's very nice.
What about Chris Atwell?
No, out of my league. Marie Daspit. MaryJo.
Are you telling about my dreams? Are you telling about my dreams? What are you telling?
Wanted to go out but couldn't go out because I didn't have enough courage to ask you guys.
Are you making that up? Seriously, in high school? Gosh, Michael Capp.
So MaryJo, would you have gone out with him had he asked you?
Yes, I would.
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, right there. Oh.
My God.
I think it's so fascinating that when I look at all the people here and the path that so many people have taken and the direction they've gone, and I'm just fascinated with what I thought of them in high school and grammar school and where they're at right now and what they've done. It's just bewildering. What we were in high school had really nothing to do with who we became. And yet there were little pieces like your class with Larry Gabriel. There were little pieces that told us where we were going to be. And I remember Curtis Tucker showing me the sound system in the gym. And he was like a geek. I mean, he was like Mr. Ultra Geek. And I was just like laughing at it. And yet that's what I became. I became a sound systems engineer. All these little things that contributed to our path in our lives and where we are today, where we aren't today.